Okay, so stripping twin and earth cable. This is a piece of 2.5mm twin and earth cable that you would see in a standard domestic installation for sockets. You wouldn't use this on light fittings because it would be too heavy gauge. So you would use this for sockets, and this is what you'll see around your house. To strip this, what you would do, well, normally this would be in your box. So you would have this generally you wouldn't see this cable, so it would be coming through some conduit or the wall and be coming into your back box. Make sure when you put your cable into your back box, give yourself plenty of spare. Don't come up here, because then you'll be finding it hard behind when you come to put your socket on. You'll find it very hard to get in there. Give yourself plenty of spare. There's no need to struggle with it. So give yourself plenty of spare. And what you would do with this in the box, but I'm just coming here to go closer to the camera, take a pair of side cutters, and what you want to do is you want to take a cut down the middle. So there you have your cables separated. Then with a sharp Stanley knife, you want to put the blade in the cable so it's sliding down but slightly angled in towards the earth, which is the copper wire in the middle without any sheathing on it. And you want it a tiny bit of angle, but not too much that you cut into the copper. So what you do is you take your knife and you just slide down. It's a bit tricky for me at the moment because I'm not having it in the wall. I have nothing to press against. So normally it would be a little bit easier than this. And then you just run your knife through the cable there as far as you need to go. If this was in the box, I would strip it so you have 2 centimeters, 1.5 centimeters just sticking inside the box. No more than that, but no less either. You want it in the box sufficiently enough. So when you've run your knife down your cable, you'll see you have all the cables, and what you should find is you should have 3 clean cables. You don't want any nicks, no cuts into the insulation on your live and your neutral. If you do that, then the cable is compromised and you wouldn't want to use that. So just make sure you have no nicks there. Make sure you haven't made any cuts into the copper. If you have made a cut into the copper, if it's not too severe, what you can do is you take your side cutters and just use them to smooth out those nicks, so you don't sort of catch your fingers on things when you're working. And the next thing you want to do is you want to get rid of these. You could just cut them off with the side snips, or you could take your knife again and very gently, just a light cut across the cable in there. Very light cut. Again, you don't want to cut into the insulation on the other cables, and then that should allow you to just snap those off. And there you have it. Check you haven't cut into the cables, and there you have your stripped cable. What you want to do then is just take your Stanley knife again, work out how much of this cable you need to strip. It will vary depending on which fittings you're using. On this fitting, they're quite deep, so you want them to be in there. You don't want any of the insulation showing, but you don't want this touching the faceplate of the fitting either. You want to bring it just back a bit. So what you can do is you can use parts of your body to measure off. Now, I've done this many times before, so I know roughly around that much. So what I do is I just take my knife and I just do a cut all the way around, and then the sheathing should just pop off like that. Same with the neutral, same depth all the way around. Make sure you don't cut too much into the copper, you just cut in the plastic sheathing, and that should pop off. If it doesn't want to pop off, you may not have got your lines lined up right, so just redo those, and then that should pop off. You shouldn't have to struggle to pull that off. So if it is struggling to pull it off, your line either hasn't lined up all the way around or you haven't gone all the way through. But that's the cable completely cut. We've stripped off the outer cable, and we've stripped the ends of the live and the neutral ready to connect into our box.